war is coming.
Death is in our air.
My life is mine and yours is yours.
Remember, we live and we die.
One week into episode 9 and we got glimpses of what we can expect. Today we're diving into a preview of this episode and uncovering some juicy clues about what's to come. So is Mariko walking into a death trap? After weeks of anticipation, Crimson Sky is finally upon us. And in this episode 9 preview, we're breaking down why Mariko might not make it out alive. Before we continue, this video will contain spoilers. Welcome and let's begin. So episode 9 description is the following. Mariko arrives in Osaka for the fight of her life. Blackthorne and Yabushige scramble to save their own heads as their options dwindle. Now we know this was coming for a while, ever since she pledged her loyalty to Toranaga and agreed to be his eyes and ears. But seeing her actually arrive in Osaka, knowing the danger she's in, really brings up the tension. Second, Blackthorne and Yabushige, as we know these two have been stuck in a tough spot ever since Toranaga surrendered. Now they're essentially prisoners of Ishido and it's not looking good for them. And that is a big one, Crimson Sky. This is the attack that Toranaga has been planning for weeks now. A massive assault on Osaka Castle, with the goal of wiping out Ishido and his forces. We know that it's going to be a brutal and bloody battle, and there's no telling who will make it out alive. But Mariko's involvement in this conflict goes much deeper than just loyalty to Toranaga. Let's explore the true motivations behind her actions and why she may be willing to sacrifice everything. So Mariko's desire for death comes from a much deeper place, rooted in the actions of her father and the shame that has been attached to her name ever since. Remember, her father was branded a traitor after assassinating his lord. This event cast a dark shadow over Mariko and her family, leading to their persecution and ultimately their tragic demise. Throughout the series, Mariko has grappled with the weight of her family's history and the burden of restoring their honor. Her loyalty to Toranaga is not only driven by duty, she sees serving Toranaga as a way to finally break free from the shackles of her past and perhaps find a worthy death that will erase the stain of her family's name. This brings us to the current episode, episode 9, where Mariko is gonna find herself in Osaka.
My life is mine and yours is yours.
Ready to fulfill her promise to Toranaga and potentially face her own mortality. Throughout the episodes, we have seen Mariko's evolution from a reserved lady to a courageous warrior willing to risk everything for Toranaga. The trailer hints at a major confrontation between Mariko and the forces of Ishido. Her skills with the Naginata will be put to the ultimate test. We have seen her train in the previous episodes, and this is gonna play out in this one. We can only imagine the emotional and physical toll this battle will take on her. However, the question remains, will she survive? Episode 9 is gonna be a pivotal moment in her story arc. Whether she lives or dies, her actions will have a profound impact on the outcome of the war and the fate of those around her. Now let's put on our speculation hats and explore some possible scenarios for her and the other characters in episode 9. Theory number 1, a hero's sacrifice. Mariko could choose to sacrifice herself in a way that ensures Toranaga's victory. This will be a fitting end for her character, finally achieving the redemption she seeks and leaving a lasting legacy of honor and loyalty. Theory number 2, a twist of fate. Perhaps Mariko survives the battle but is captured by Ishido. This could lead to a whole new set of challenges for episode 10, forcing her to navigate the war and loyalty from within. So those are two of the theories that I have. But theory number 3, which is something that happens in the book, she sacrificed herself. But let's talk about Mariko's fate. Well, the trailer and the episode description for both episode 9 and 10 heavily imply her that there might still be a glimmer of hope. Remember, this is an adaptation and he has not always followed the source material to the letter. The writers have taken creative liberties before, they might do so again with her storyline. However, for those familiar with the book, her fate appears to be written in stone. It's a tragic and pivotal moment in the story, and it's hard to imagine the show deviating from that path. But here's the thing, regardless of whether Mariko lives or dies, her character has been one of the most compelling and emotionally resonant aspects of the series. and even if she doesn't survive, her legacy will continue to shape the lives of those around her. And speaking of that person, and that is Blackthorne. There's a crucial parallel between Blackthorne's reaction to Mariko going to Osaka in the promo for episode 8 and his potential feelings towards Toranaga in episode 10. In the promo for episode 8,
Mariko-sama, don't go to Osaka.
My allegiance forbids me from doing anything else.
Blackthorne asks for Mariko not to go to Osaka, which obviously reveals his growing connection for her, but also her safety. He recognizes the danger she faced and wants to protect her from the political war and the potential for violence. But as we know, this is not going to work out. In episode 10, Blackthorne's realization about Toranaga's plan could trigger a similar reaction. He might feel betrayed or manipulated, realizing that Toranaga has been using him as a pawn in his game for power. This could lead to him questioning his loyalty, connecting to their earlier concern for Mariko's well-being, and what could happen, and adding to the element of Blackthorne potentially blaming Toranaga for Mariko's fate, which adds even more tension to the relationship. If this happened, what I would love to see is Blackthorne driven by grief and anger. He might be confronting Toranaga, accusing him of sending Mariko to her death in Osaka. He could argue that Toranaga's ambition and manipulation put her in an impossible situation, leading to her demise. This confrontation would highlight the clash between Blackthorne of loyalty and sacrifice that, as you know, Toranaga embodies. If that happens, I'm so looking forward to that. Mariko at the end of the day is a warrior, and one of the most striking aspects of this evolution has been her training with the naginata, a traditional polearm weapon often wielded by women of the samurai class. We have seen her dedication and determination as she hones her skills, learning to fight with precision and power. These scenes have not only been visually stunning, but also serve as a powerful symbol of Mariko's transformation. Now, as she faces challenges of Crimson Sky, Mariko's naginata skills is something that we see at the moment that maybe the end of her life. Now, if you're still until this point, this is the information that we have for episode 10, so spoilers if you don't want to know nothing. The description for episode 10 is titled A Dream of a Dream, that's the episode title, and this hints at a major shift in the show. It tells us that in the wake of a tragic death, Blackthorne finally considers the true nature of Toranaga's plan. This suggests a significant revelation for Blackthorne, one that could challenge his loyalty and understanding of the events that have unfolded. The title itself, A Dream of a Dream, is intriguing and open to interpretation. Does it refer to Toranaga's ambition for the shogunate, suggesting that it may be an unattainable or impossible goal? Or perhaps it speaks to the fleeting nature of life and the short of power in the face of mortality. So we have explored the possibilities, analyzed the motivations, and some tears over Mariko's possible demise. Shogun is a show full of surprises. Episode 10 could still change a lot from the book, and I cannot wait to see what's gonna happen. The show has proven itself to be a masterfully crafted series full of many incredible characters, the compelling storylines, so I cannot wait to see what's gonna happen in episode 8, 9, and 10. Even though I'm talking about 9 as we have the information in the preview, I cannot wait to discuss it. Episode 10 is just the beginning of a new chapter. Hopefully we get season 2. My name is Christian from Being Premiere, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye, everyone.